You ever have those mornings where the shop smells exactly right? It's that mix of ionized air from the printer and that sharp, peppery scent of fresh walnut shavings. It makes you feel like you might actually get something right for once.
You say that every time you haven't immediately glued your fingers to a tabletop. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to the TigerDen Daily for July 14th, 2026. Tiger, you're looking remarkably uninjured today.
Don't jinx it, Alex. I still have to change a blade later. But today, we're looking at the landscape of the new maker. We're talking about the 3D printing machines that have stopped acting like temperamental teenagers, why you should probably consider wearing a tool belt for a living, and how to stop charging your customers charity rates for your hard work.
And maybe we'll talk about why you're currently obsessed with small wooden objects for infants.
It's safer for my blood pressure than $5,000 resin pours. We'll get there.
Let's start with the tech. In the blog today, we're looking at the Bamboo Lab takeover. I remember 3 years ago, 3D printing was basically a cult for people who enjoyed troubleshooting more than actually making things.
It was a hostage situation, Alex. You'd spend 4 hours leveling a bed just to have the filament bird nest on the very last layer. It was like trying to teach a cat to knit. But Bamboo changed the math. They've moved 1 million units, and honestly, the mid-2026 market is it's a candy store for makers.
For someone sitting at home thinking, I want to print my own organizers or custom brackets, what's the move right now?
If you've only got a couple $100 burning a hole in your pocket, the A1 Mini is a total steal. It's small, sure, but it's fast and it doesn't throw a fit. If you want to step up, say you're building parts for the shop, the P1PE is the workhorse. No enclosure, but it's a greased lightning bolt for under $500.
But you're still rocking the X1 Carbon, right? The fancy one?
Don't let the other printers hear you. But yeah, if you're messing with polycarbonate or those high temp filaments that'll actually survive inside a hot car, the X1 is still the gold standard. It's the difference between a reliable old truck and a kit car you have to rebuild every weekend.
I love that the community side is growing too. Seeing these companies use that manufacturing power for charity work in places like Venezuela, it reminds you that these aren't just toys. It's a decentralized factory in your garage.
Speaking of garages, let's talk about the people who actually keep the lights on in them. We've been looking at the JLL labor reports, and if you're young or just tired of staring at a spreadsheet all day, the electrical trades are screaming for help.
The numbers are wild. Employment for electricians is projected to grow by nearly 10% over the next decade. That's triple the average growth for other jobs. Why the sudden surge? Everyone finally realized they shouldn't lick outlets?
Well, that and the fact that we're trying to electrify everything. Every EV charger, every heat pump, every smart building needs a human being with a pair of side cutters and a brain to wire it. The NISA folks call it a family-sustaining career, and they aren't blowing smoke.
But how do you get in without spending 4 years and $60,000 on a degree you might not even use?
That's the beauty of it. The NECA IBEW apprenticeships are essentially a get-paid-to-go-to-school deal. You're earning a paycheck from day one while someone shows you the ropes. It's one of the few places left where you can build an actual middle-class life without having a giant debt-shaped cloud hanging over your head for 20 years.
Plus, you get to wear those cool tool vests.
They do look sharp. Just don't ask me to help you wire a 3-way switch after 3 p.m. My brain turns into oatmeal by then.
Speaking of money, let's get into the maker mogul side of things. We always get emails from people saying, I sold a cutting board for $50 and I actually lost money.
It's the classic trap. You forget to account for the 3 hours you spent sanding that board while listening to a podcast. If you don't value your own pulse, nobody else will.
So what's the math? Give us the logic without the wishful thinking.
Look, by 2026, the market is crowded, so you have to be disciplined. Take the cost of your supplies, the wood, the resin, the sandpaper, and add in your time. If you wouldn't do the work for $30 an hour, then use 40. Multiply that total by 2. That's your wholesale price.
And the retail price is double that?
Exactly. If you want to stay in business, you're aiming for a 40 to 60% gross margin. If you feel guilty charging that, just remember, your landlord doesn't accept warm, fuzzy feelings for the rent.
I made this stool with love. Will that cover the security deposit?
Try it and see how fast you're living in a tent. The point is, your craft is a service, not a favor. Treat it like a business, or it'll just become a very expensive way to get bored.
Okay, let's talk about the weekend walnut wonders. I saw the footage on the Maker channel. The river table makes a comeback. Honestly, Tiger, I thought the epoxy trend was dead.
It just evolved. We're seeing these massive $5,000 gambles now. It's high-stakes poker, but with chemicals. If you mess up the pour or a bubble gets trapped in the grain, You just turned a beautiful piece of timber into the world's most expensive paperweight.
I get anxious just watching the videos. The pouring process is so irreversible.
It's terrifying, which is why I've been leaning toward what I call the masterclass approach. Just a traditional walnut finish. No bells, no whistles, just highlighting what the tree already did. But if you're looking for a low-stress win this weekend, have you seen these handmade baby gifts?
The rattles, they look simple, but I bet there's a catch.
The catch is you have to be perfect with the finish. You can't put industrial chemicals on something a kid is going to chew on. I've been doing these small walnut stools and rattles using nothing but food-safe mineral oil and beeswax. It's heirloom quality, it takes 4 hours, and there's zero risk of ruining 5 grand worth of lumber.
So basically, you're saying play it safe for the soul, but go big if you've got the nerve.
Exactly. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, but sometimes it's nice to just make something beautiful that fits in the palm of your hand without needing a hazardous materials suit.
It feels like the common thread today is value. Valuing your time, choosing tools that actually work, and picking careers that have a future.
You hit the nail on the head. Whether you're a pro Sparky or a weekend warrior, the goal is the same. Don't let the process grind you down. Use the tech that helps you, charge what you're worth, and every once in a while, just make something for the pure joy of seeing the grain pop under a coat of oil.
Well said. If you want to dive deeper into any of this, the 3D printing guides, the trade career paths, or that pricing formula, head over to TigerDen.com paths.
Go build something that'll outlast you, or at least something that doesn't fall apart the minute you look at it. We'll see you next time in the den.